We're at MIPIM 2023 in Cannes, and we are happy to have on the set of BiTV Mrs. Karin Sheppard, SVP and Managing Director Europe at IHG Hotels and Resort, and Mr. Patrick Mendes, CEO Europe and North Africa at Accor. Karin Sheppard, Patrick Mendes, thank you for being with us on the set of BiTV.
Thanks a lot, happy to be here.
You both participated at MIPIM at the hospitality workshop where leading operators, investors, developers, political leaders assess the latest challenges, opportunities and solutions on the hospitality sector. 3 years after COVID-19 turned the hospitality sector upside down, if you'll let me put it like that, what are now the biggest challenges for groups like Accor and IHG?
Well, I would like to rephrase it as what are the biggest opportunities, because I think what we talked about during the panel was just the rebound we have seen, the growth that is coming fast at us in terms of demand, and that just shows the belief in our industry, the fact that there's strong guest demand still, and the fact that makes it a very attractive investment proposition. So I think for us it's about capturing that opportunity, and perhaps what's front of mind is how do we make sure we ramp up the new hotels that are coming in at a really good pace.
Patrick Mendes.
Yes, well, it's true. We had very tough years for the last 2 to 3 years, but the good news is recovery is much faster than expected, much bigger than expected. So we were sharing some figures which are amazing. We are all, not only Accor, but all of us, and IHG is the same, roughly at the numbers of 2019 pre-COVID already in 2022.
Yep.
So our main challenge now is to surf the wave and to make sure that we benefit from that. The recovery is really there and it's for good. And 2 comments perhaps. The recovery is there for 2 reasons. First, because the leisure is back and people have changed the way they travel. And second, because we have a second kind of bulk of business, not totally at the level of 2019 yet, that will come back. So Chinese as an example, or corporate business which is not back at the level of 2019. So if you sum the leisure plus this reserve, we are very optimistic about the future.
Great. You both mentioned the recovery, and both your group, both Accor and IHG, reported significant increase in their net profits in 2022. What can we conclude from these positive results, and maybe what signal does it send for the, you mentioned surfing the wave going forward. What projection do you have in terms of this, of your capacity to have a good dynamic going forward?
Look, you're right. I think there was broadly across the industry some very positive results posted, whether that's in profit or in the growth trajectory. We had 4.3% net system size growth, which means that there are going to be more hotels opening their doors under our brands. So I think it sends the very clear message to those that are considering investing in hotels that it is a business that is future-proof, that has got the right demand drivers behind it, and that really can return cash in a very, very profitable way. So we're delighted about that. Now, it's our results, but it's actually our partners' results because, of course, the way we operate is through other people's investments, whether that's in management contracts or franchise contracts. So much to be pleased about.
Great. Patrick Mendes.
Yeah, what I can add to that is this crisis helped us to revise the way we operate, the way we sell, and the market we are capturing. So as an example, all of us, we had to reassess our operational costs, which bring better GOP margin, even if we have a big inflation, which is something we need to face. We have staff shortage, which is another concern we need to face. We succeeded in maintaining a good level of return on investment for any partner, private equity fund or a franchisee that want to invest in hospitality. So this is the good news. So really a good return on investment for the future. The second thing we need to tackle now is all this topic around sustainability and how can we make sure that and we were talking about that just before on the panel. How can we make sure that what we're doing is for good, has a lower impact, because our clients are, yes, back to travel, they want to travel, but they want to be responsible. They are putting pressure not only to the investors, but also to the operator and to the brand leaders like us, to make sure that we are promoting safe and sustainable travel.
And speaking of sustainability, I know that ESG was a big component of the hospitality workshop. Central topic, obviously, and maybe the question is, how do you integrate this element in the development of your activities, and what are maybe practical examples that you can share about the way you tackle the ESG issues?
Well, I'd say first of all, what is very important in this aspect of our business is that it really is a joint effort amongst friendly partners and the wider industry. For IHG Hotels and Resorts, we launched actually during the pandemic our 10-year plan. We call it Journey to Tomorrow, and it's broadly about what we do for people, planet, and the communities. And of course, that is built into the fabric of how we operate. It is not something that can happen on the side. It has to be part of the culture and with a deep commitment. So as a global brand chain, we have made our own commitments in terms of signing up to science-based targets, as have the big players in the market. And then we work on how we support hotels. What are the practical steps that they can take? What can we learn from what we do as case studies in certain hotels and bring that expertise to others? So it's really about having the platforms, the systems, and the education to help as we learn more about what can tangibly create an impact.
Okay, and I know that Accor also has a strong ambition on the ESG front. Can you share a little bit some of the main lines of your ESG platform?
Yeah, we came from 3-4 years ago to something which was mandatory constraints, I will say like that, and it's a bit provocative when I'm saying that, to something where we're all embracing it, and we are pleased to do it, which is I don't want to be nice just to be nice, but it's true. Both our employees, our investors, our management teams, our CEO, we are really embracing it as almost being responsible and developing some actions that will act for good or be good for what we're doing. So I think we have a really big role to play, because we represent our industry roughly 8% of the consumption of carbon, for example. Our industries are all together. So some commitments. No plastic, single-use plastic in our hotels. We already have 90% of our hotels with no single-use plastic, which this was end of 2022. Of course, we want to achieve 100% in 2023. Carbon emission reduced by 46%, let's say almost 50% before 2030. It's a big move to do that, and all the industry is doing it together. We're using benchmark between ourselves to move the needle all together. Another one is food waste. Food waste is a big one also. Construction also on a more sustainable way. So these are the key metrics that we use to do that really.
Thank you, Karin Sheppard, Patrick Mendes. It was a pleasure having you on the set of BiTV. Thank you all also for being with us. We'll see you soon at MIPIM 2023 in Cannes on BiTV.